Good morning.
Morning, everybody. How are you? Morning on this miserable May Day.
Well, it was miserable, and then the sun tried to have his hat on.
It's trying to peek out.
Sing the song because it cheers you up. The
sun has got his hat on. Hip 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 hooray! The sun has got his hat on and it's coming out to play.
You're really hitting those tunes, aren't you? Oh, look at your little nose. It's a sweet little nose. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to it's May Day. It's May Day, and what does that mean? Even is it? What is May Day? 2 bank holidays this weekend. Fantastic for the price of one. Nanny died completely surprised, wrong-footed by May Day, and she's upstairs. And you never know; she might come in and do a bit of a dance later.
And we're working all the way through the bank holiday as well, as lots of people are.
Yeah,
Kaz is at the hospital today.
She's moaning. You're going to be getting a review of Love Lies Bleeding from me and Nan later today, and something else is coming as well. I can't remember what.
Well, we're going to be commenting on Rafa, but we're keeping that totally separate from here. Of course, we are devastated, but today, this half hour is going to be an escape from the weather, from the world, from everything. But
Christopher Cundall, good morning, Squire.
Morning, Christopher. I hope you're feeling a bit better.
Big hugs and love from Sydney. Big hugs and love going back at you, matey Flip. Faith Goodman, good morning. Catherine McLaughlin, April Hill, Becky Fithian, Karen Taylor, Ricky Lockwood, Jules 1973. What a horrid day for the weather. You guys are the ray of sunshine now.
Oh, well, we're going to try and be.
A little bit later, I'm going to do a Moonie. Going nuts. Fully losing it.
Is that one of the ones I got you? I love that batch I got you.
Did you hear the story yesterday on the No Name Sunday show that they believe the red squirrel brought leprosy to humans?
Really?
It was the red squirrel, and do you know why?
Difficult little buggers. They really are, aren't they? I mean, we know they're cute and fuzzy and friendly, but
Morning,
my
Natasha.
God, I was watching them out there the other day.
What, red squirrels? You didn't tell me.
I don't think they were red.
No, if they were, we need to phone the king.
No, they were grey.
Oh. It's like
Is there a big difference?
Yeah. Red squirrels are extraordinarily rare.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, God. How weird. I always see all squirrels as red.
No.
God, I'm just seeing red squirrels.
Baby, if you are, you're mad. Or you're in a different land. Maybe you're living in a different alternate multiverse. I just
don't take it in whenever
What do you mean you don't take in the colour of a...
All the squirrels in Dulwich Park are red.
They're all grey.
Are they?
Huge difference. There's about 6 red squirrels, and they all live near Prince Charles or King Charles. They're very rare.
Good God.
Incredible. You possibly will never have seen a red squirrel in your life.
I think all the squirrels I've seen are red.
I know it's an absolute shocker on a May Day as well. Don't worry.
I feel a bit depressed.
Well, don't be depressed, because the reason there are so few red squirrels...
Are they retro?
They're kind of retro.
Am I living in the past?
They gave us...
Are they vintage?
Grey squirrels and Illing, trying to help you out here, can have shades of... Not really. Not our squirrels.
I'm sorry.
Go and get a squirrel.
I've never seen a grey squirrel. I only see red squirrels.
Oh my God, you are batshit crazy.
Do you think I'm colourblind the other way around in that I can't see black and white?
Edward Bevington saying, no, what you're seeing is brown rats. They're not red. No. Anyway, why did they give us leprosy?
I don't, because they bit us, because they went for our throats, like that one in Dulwich College did.
No, it was a little bit like, you could argue, with COVID and the close proximity of animals. It was the fur trade. Humans gave it to humans from beneath their skin.
Humans fucking it all up again. Bad behaviour, appalling behaviour, no respect.
One thing we're not going to say right now, or mention at all, or talk about other than this, is to say, I'm aware about the bird flu situation, and let's just put it to the side, because I think even those who are aware of it are going, not today.
This is too bad.
Yeah, in America. Okay. Red squirrels at a special park near Formby Beach. They are rare. They're extraordinarily rare. If you put into your phone how rare are red squirrels, it will probably say they're rare.
Do you know what? I'm perfectly happy with seeing squirrels red. But
you're not seeing them red.
Do you know what baby birds we've got in that bird box around there?
Which one?
That one round the corner.
Tits. Blue tits.
My God, they don't half make a racket. I didn't know what to do. I thought, my God, they're starving.
Were you distressed?
I was going to
give them some hummus. So make us some hummus.
I was like looking like this, like, where's the mum? Because they were screaming.
Now, hang on a minute. There's a tit nest in the box, and then there's a pigeon nest in the tree.
Well, that's not a good place for the tits to be, if there's a pigeon above.
Yeah, but the pigeons aren't interested in eating the tits. We haven't got any cuckoos either. Zoe, I just saw your comment on your broadcaster too funny. I know. Great thing is I'm a collaborator with Nad, so I can send you all the revealing stuff. Did anyone see the clip I posted the other day of what Nadia trod in? Don't tell them. I gave you a
Oh
little
my
bit.
God, I was beside myself. So guys, if you go to mine and Mark's Instagram, 40 bits, that's the broadcast channel on Instagram. We've only just joined it. We didn't know there was such a thing. So if you click on that and join, it doesn't cost anything. And we're just doing content that we don't do on Instagram.
I woke up at 3 a.m. this morning forgetting that I'd created the name for that. And I went, oh, and I clicked on it. It wasn't very naughty.
It wasn't that. Well, it is. It's little bits and pieces. But anyway, do join us on broadcast because we've been doing some fun little things on there.
Dawn Decker, the grey squirrels introduced from North America caused the near extinction of red squirrels, apparently.
Good God, why do they eat them?
They're just bullies.
Well, that's what I mean. There was one bullying everything out there.
Babe, our squirrels can operate chainsaws. They're quite something. They're remarkable, our squirrels.
London squirrels.
On my desk, Kiki, a couple of years ago, bought me a really sweet Father's Day present, which was a really sort of twee, granny-like sort of figurine of a squirrel, and she'd carved on the front of it. Sorry to keep you up. She's talking about your daughter.
No, it's a nice thing. It's just.
But she'd carved on the front of it, "fuck it."
Yeah.
Because that's what she used to call them, "fuck it." So whenever I saw them, I'd be like, "Fuck it."
Do you know? I've just realised, honestly, guys, I've got.
You're bored.
Look at me.
You're tired?
No, I've done nothing. This is how I got out of bed this morning.
You look shagged. You do.
You look like sorry, everybody. Just caught sight of myself.
Was it fun?
You couldn't call me vain, could you? You could call me many things, but you couldn't call me vain.
I like the word dishevelled. You look dishevelled.
It always makes me laugh when people go.
Gorgeous, though.
When people go, oh God, hang on a minute. I always think, oh God, should I be doing that?
Yeah. Do you ever do that thing?
Maybe it's because I've got the love of a good man.
Well, I look at you and I just see
beauty.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Right,
okay, morning, Reece.
Nice feelings.
Okay, we're going to go nostalgic. We're also going to read some of your comments.
But this
time,
we're going to remind ourselves we're not in a race, right?
Okay.
And if we don't show everything, it doesn't matter.
I'm a completionist. Morning, Michelle. Now, how are you? Love to Ian. Joni, South London Urban Fox, Zoe are gangsters. They're on crack, Joni. They are literally on crack. So sad. So sad. Okay, well, all I was going to say was we're also going to read out a few of your comments as we promised from beneath the last nostalgic trip down memory lane.
Lots of you wrote nostalgic about coffee moaning, which we felt a bit bad about because they were all lovely things that you said, but we felt a bit bad because it must have looked like we were saying, can you say lovely things about us? We meant nostalgic things.
Right.
But we are going to read some of your comments out because we said, oh, God, it's a bit like wanky if we're reading out nice things about ourselves. But so many of you did write nice things. We feel a bit bad if we don't. It
was very sweet. I didn't see it. I didn't know.
It's a bit cringe. So, but we've read them all and thank you so much.
I think I mentioned that you saw challenges, didn't I? Zoe? Okay, so what do you want to start with? Do we start with comments? Do we start with Chris? Why don't I just plonk this on the screen? Does anyone remember this?
That's American. That's not English.
No, I remember having something closely approximating a TV dinner. Did anyone?
No. You can't tell me these things. You don't have sweet corn and mashed potato in this country.
I'm not saying this is necessarily it. This is a generic image to trigger a conversation on TV dinners.
It can't trigger one for me.
You didn't ever have them. Did anyone else have TV dinners? Erin Bullimore, did you have a TV dinner?
Is that what they were like then?
Yeah.
Were they all in different bits like that?
Yeah, like on an airplane.
Oh my!
Which is why when I got on an airplane for the first time and I was like, "Oh, we get food on this," and they brought what they brought, I was like, "Oh."
Heather says it looks familiar.
Yeah.
Bloody hell! Do you know what? That's
Nanny Bluebell. We're going to say lovely things about you.
That's abusive.
It's a punishment, isn't it?
I mean,
that looks like a turd. You
can't bring up a child on that.
I mean, it's like you look down and you go, "I'm going to eat a shit."
Because, what have you got here? All you've got is inflammation.
Oh, come on.
No, but you're making inflammation in your body. Everything in there is going to turn into sugar. It's just awful.
Everything about it's great. What do you think is in the glass? Is
it
Jack Daniels and Coke? Yeah. And the remote control is, we didn't have that sort of remote when we were having these meals. The plastic is probably the healthiest thing in it, right?
No, my God, imagine you're heating that up in the microwave and the plastic is going in the food.
No, what microplastics?
Oh, bad for you. Now, this is, I think this is way older than I am, actually, this advert. But I just wondered if anybody else's mum used to give them a spoonful of Bovril in hot water.
I didn't, no.
My mum used to love it so much.
Oh, yeah, you're right, a little teaspoonful.
Yeah, so my mum used to love it so much. and that she would drink it in such a way. It's like the girls always say to me, Mum, you make things that are horrible look delicious by the way you eat them.
True.
Well, it's funny because that was my thing with my mum. So I would
Right.
go, oh, can I have one? And then I'd have one because I wanted to be like my mum and I wanted to enjoy this bovril. And it was like...
My mum and Nan achieved the impossible, which is they made the delicious absolutely appalling and horrible.
But yes, it was given like when you were
unwell.
unwell.
Look at this and look at the joy on his face.
Banana flavour.
It is a boy, isn't it?
No, it's a girl.
No, banana blue.
No, it's a girl. Banana flavour Angel Delight is pure genius. A taste to tempt any palate. What does it sound in? I always like what they write on it.
Says something. David Cassidy fan. And well loves banana flavour. Linda Smith, David Cassidy fan.
Well, I was a David Cassidy fan, probably about the same age. Angel Delight, ask any kid. And when we used to make Angel Delight, we used to beg to be able to put that. That's a whole packet. To get that look, you have to have a whole packet. Nobody else gets any.
My nan actually had those glasses, a set of glasses to do this in. I'll never.
But you couldn't. You know what? You wouldn't be allowed to do an ad like that now.
No, you can't. You can't advertise to kids.
You have to. No. But you have to have it
evil
so
haircut.
much. You have to have it like a normal.
Does anyone else find that haircut deeply sinister?
I try to have that hair. Can you imagine with this hair?
But the thing is, I don't think I'll ever forget the magic of the transformation, the scientific thing that was happening in Nan's fridge as it became hard. It was amazing because it went from gloopy and lumpy to...
It's an incredible invention because when you think what you have to do to make a mousse... You know, and you have to whisk it and you have to do it to get all that air in. And then it's just, God knows what's in it.
Yeah.
By the way, anyone that saw the No Name Sunday show yesterday in the members area, you remember that chocolate tofu pudding I made?
Yeah, nice.
Well, guess what? Maddie loved it. So it works. And she had it for a breakfast and it's a healthy breakfast. And I was thinking, if you wanted to add even more lightness and protein in, you could stir in some whisked egg whites.
Butterscotch Angel Delight with sliced potatoes.
Oh,
Faith.
What do you mean? On top of the potatoes?
What's happened to you?
Faith.
What's happened to you?
Come on, Faith.
We used to have, this is where I got the hundreds and thousands and where I also got the glacé cherries. You'd always put glacé cherries on top. It was always delicious.
Oh, on top of Angel Delight? No, because the Angel Delight is too light. It would have sunk to the bottom.
Nice and simple with a gallon of sugar on top. This was my nan's pièce de résistance. I put in a search for top 70s lunch ideas. Packed lunch ideas. This came up. I wasn't on my own.
Horrible.
You were the exception, Nads, having all this weird, wondrous stuff put in your packed lunch.
Right. Now I want it's racing through again. We've got no time. Right. Listen, everybody. I just thought of something we used to do, and I don't know whether you used to do it, Mark, sort of thing you would have done. We'd get like a crisp wrapper, a bag of crisp, and then you'd shrink it.
Maybe we should talk about that when we get to the crisps.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, obviously, I'm racing, racing through. But
I didn't forgot we were doing crisps.
Yeah, you just like to do it your way, don't you? Apple pies. Look at that. Exceedingly good cakes.
You remember the word? Exceedingly. And we always used to say, oh my God, he sounds like he's got crumbs in his throat. We used to laugh because we think he's just eating a cake.
And if I had to pulled up a photo, well, that's why I thought he looked like that, because there were adverts showing him. Is that Mr. Kipling? Exceedingly good cakes.
No, but that's what you would imagine him to.
But didn't you think there was a strange with Mr. Kipling that the advertising the advertising kind of campaigin was always one a little bit like Charlie's Angels, wasn't it? Where you never saw him, you only ever heard him,
and you had the crumbs in his throat.
You had the crumbs in his throat. It was a bit creepy.
I don't think it was creepy. I thought it was reassuring. Oh, I remember that ad.
Do you remember these?
Yeah.
What is the dad up
Beautiful.
to?
Now you see, we should go back to glass bottles. Because every plastic bottle we drink from, we're taking in microplastics. Do you know that? Now,
in media studies, I want to analyse some aspects of this. The boy knows that the marriage of his mum and dad is a sham.
Yeah.
The girl has a dark secret. None of us.
That girl definitely has a dark secret. She's playing games behind the scenes. Yeah. She's manipulating everybody.
The mum knows that the husband is about to go out to meet his lover.
But she doesn't care because she's got one coming in through the back door. Exactly.
We've read it. We've absolutely read the full analysis of that. There you go. Do you remember these? Cremola foam?
No.
I remember my nan having some of these.
Do not. No, yeah. That's American.
No, I definitely remember those.
Does anyone else
remember? Oh my God, a Tizer bottle. I loved Tizer. This kind of was my, what's it called? When you have an entry, what's it called? When you have a drug that's a... This was my gateway drug into iron brew.
Yes, Zoe, we can do the 90s, definitely. We're going to do
Zoe.
all different ones because it won't be just the ones we know. We can go 60s, we can go 90s.
I think we do sometimes creep into that. Right, look, here we go.
Oh, God, I remember
Sugar
that.
Smacks.
Weren't they really like Sugar Puffs?
Yes, but they were longer. And these if you look at them close up, guys, get your eyes up against the screen. They look like little DNA illustrations.
What does it say on the
Space energy comes from Sugar Smacks.
By royal appointment.
But look what you'd get inside a box. You get a free space mission badge. I loved all the freebies you got in a box. If they did that again, people would eat them all.
Oh, my Scottish granny says, put up some of the Karen Ula. Put some of the comments. Karen Ula. My Scottish granny used to buy cremola. Yeah, I remember the name cremola, but I don't remember.
Foam.
What did you do with the foam then?
I don't know. You mixed it. Wasn't it like, didn't it make a kind of, what's it called when you put an ice float in a something or other?
Oh.
Isn't it like that?
Oh, so you just put the foam on top like a macchiato?
Yeah, a little bit. I think so. I can't remember what she did. I just remember seeing them. Is he holding a gun? So yeah, share your thoughts on.
Oh yeah, look, that is actually a nice thing, isn't it? If we look at it and see what we wouldn't be allowed to do now, we would not.
Well, you wouldn't be able to talk.
You wouldn't be allowed to have the gun.
Not the gun.
100%.
Well, to be fair, it's a phaser set to stun. It's a Star Trek. It's not.
No,
a gun.
but it's a weapon.
But it's a phaser. It's a Star
Trek phaser. We're not criticising Star Trek.
I don't like Star Trek,
and we like Spock.
I'm not a fan of Spock.
But I'm just saying, in this day and age, you wouldn't be able to do it, would you?
And what you're not allowed to do is bribe children in with gifts in boxes like this one. Look, you get a poster.
So you get all their dirty little hands plunging into the middle of the sea. Oh my God!
I remember these
golden nuggets.
Golden nuggets.
We were only allowed these once, like every 2 years. No processed foods.
And Pete was a very challenged little character, wasn't he? Do you remember in the adverts, Pete?
Oh my God! What did Pete used to do in the
don't know, but he was very stupid, but sweet.
Oh, and look at the donkey.
Probably a Trump supporter now, which is a bit worrying.
That really
takes
does take me back. We wanted these cereals so badly. My mum was just so strict.
Cocoa Krispies.
Oh,
look at this.
Sooty.
Look at this. Sweep's favourite breakfast. Woof woof. Look, you get a free crazy canine inside the free shit.
Look, he's got a red nose there.
Was he not got a red nose?
Well, no, Sooty had a black nose because he would go up into the chimney.
Yeah, they still do them. Yeah,
that was the whole thing.
Talking of, you can still get golden nuggets. Yeah, most of these you can still get. It's the packaging that takes us back. Look at that.
Oh my
Kellogg's
God.
Ricicles. Look, Snap Cards offer.
So a box of inflammation.
But you
puffed processed rice covered in sugar, delicious.
Why is no one getting excited about the fact that you've got shit
delicious.
Were you not interested in what you've got in the boxes?
I wanted to have a look at it a bit more.
No. Were you never interested in the free gifts? Did you like the free gifts?
We loved the free gifts, but there was 3 of us, so there was always a terrible fight.
Oh, so it was better than... Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It was never
if you're an only
straightforward.
child, the toy was only for you. If you were more than one child, it was stress.
Yeah, I can see that. That would be horrible.
Because it was literally whoever poured it into the bowl. Can you imagine?
So it was probably dread that you had when a box was opened. Family strife. Wow. Okay. Sorry, I didn't realise the trauma of.
But I love Dougal. What's her name? I can't remember what her
Florence.
Florence.
Sugar Puffs.
God. Well, probably still to this day, right up there as one of my top favourite
adverts.
Oh God, I've just got a piercing high sound like aliens are arriving.
Hang on, they could be.
Mark.
What the fuck is that? Just on? No,
Can you
just
hear?
There. Just there. Take your glasses off
Mark,
just for a minute.
Stop it, don't, because I'm hearing something. Don't. Mark, don't.
The rain.
No, there's a high-pitched sound.
Babe.
It must be a new tinnitus sound. Oh, God, that's all I need.
The Sugar Puffs monster does that to people. Maybe it's a nostalgic buzz.
I love Sugar Puffs. Do you know what I love about Sugar Puffs? It's the second, when you can taste things in your nose. So you've got like your palate here,
but you can hear things in your ear.
So you get the second taste in your nose.
Oh my God, I just got it.
Have you got the high pitch?
No, I've got the Sugar Puffs taste in my nose. No, I have. I'm tasting.
Should we have some Sugar Puffs later?
No, but there was the really oaty bit to it.
Yeah,
it tasted really oaty.
The roasted bit that you would taste in your nose and the top of your nose.
Are you getting this, guys? That's so true. You'd get the
first taste, sugar.
But it would
then it would go a bit soggy, be a bit disappointed, but then you'd get the cooked taste in your nose.
No, the cooked taste came first, and then it became pretty much like cardboard.
Yeah.
What's that sound?
I just want to yam them really quickly.
Do you remember him, though? He was everywhere. I loved him.
Did anyone see that?
He's holding the box.
Weird there.
He was weird,
He looks
in a
weird.
good way.
Did anybody see that thing I posted the other day? It's a jug, right? You know these awful Stanley
popping
Cup
up some
things.
of your
It's
comments.
like that.
Yeah.
And then inside you put your cereal, and then on the outside, it's 2 different chambers. You put your milk.
Chambers.
So like people are drinking their cereal and their milk, so you get them like separate. So it's pure crunch always. There's not a moment until it's in your mouth that the cereal meets the milk.
That sounds horrible.
But people are doing it while they're driving. That's what's most horrible.
So it's like a drink. Look at this. Read this out. I love this. Assessment.
Those were the days when we only had cereal boxes as entertainment at the breakfast table,
it's
and
true.
you'd read everything.
It's true.
That's why I was trying to read there, because it's like you'd read every last thing. On
when
that
people
box.
would say, because they used to be the saying, I read everything. I'd even read the side of a cereal box because that's all you had.
It wasn't a bad thing.
It was, and the story arc was
a fun
good.
thing.
The story arc was good, and there was lots going on there.
And I think because also it was such a rare occurrence in our house to have cereal.
Was it?
That we just appreciated it so much that we wanted to know every single thing about the box.
Zoe, you missed out on an entire generation of fun. You'd have loved it. You'd have loved it. Look, now.
Simple.
Do you remember these guys?
It's much simpler, Zoe.
Now, these guys really toughened up Weetabix. I remember when I watched this thinking, oh my God, the National Front have hijacked Weetabix. And I was a member of this.
Look a bit National Front.
Join the Weetabix Club. They were really
angry
aggressive.
And threatening. Look at him, even though, no, go back. Yeah. Like he's smiling, but look at his eyes. He's looking for trouble.
He looks like Phil Mitchell. There's a darkness to these, but my God, I was a member. Look, new members kit, just 90p. I was a member of it. I think you got a badge.
I bet you still got it somewhere. Have you still got your Weetabix badge? You still got your Weetabix.
Look, just use the form on the side of the box.
There we go. And then you cut the form out.
Yeah. And you post it with a self
and then you go down.
Envelope.
Yeah. And you'd post it. It's like me. It's like me applying for Pony of the Year every single year of WH Smith's.
Oh, sweetheart.
Still haven't figured. You know what? Up until about 10 years ago, I still resented WH Smith.
I know what you mean. They never delivered any. Yeah.
They never even answered me.
I used to feel the same about Jim Will Fix It, and then I felt I got a lucky break.
I had to write that fucking poem every year why I wanted a pony.
You sad.
I wish I'd kept those sorts of things.
Ready Breck, anyone? Do you remember the Ready Breck advert with the glow? Yeah. Do you remember what an SSAE was? Self-stamped addressed envelope.
Self-stamped addressed envelope. You had to do that for absolutely everything.
I found it such an exciting prospect because as you put it in, and I remember doing this with the Jim Will Fix It, you popped in your letter in the thing and you thought, if I see my own handwriting when it comes back, this is so exciting.
Well, thank God you didn't.
Thank God I didn't.
Oh, no, only good news. Don't take us anywhere.
So that's the Weetabix gang. But I was going to go into... No, we're not going to get... Let's go to... crisps. Who remembers this? A good old-fashioned packet of Ringos.
Well, okay, let's just talk through the Ringo. The Ringo that I think had possibly the best ever cheese and onion flavour.
Oh.
But...
What?
The crisp let it down, but it didn't stop us eating it because of the MSG. No. I don't know whether there was MSG, but if there wasn't MSG, there was some other fucker in a cheese and onion Ringo that made you eat it like a demon. A bit like now the horrors of the Pringle, which I will never eat another one again. Yes,
I think the Ringo is, if you had to chart the hereditary sort of backstory of a Pringle, the genetics, the Ringo is in there. The original Ringo wasn't shiny and smooth. Anyone here who's had a Ringo, you've not experienced a 70s Ringo.
You needed the matte Ringo.
The matte finished analog Ringo, which I have to say, when you ate it...
They make them shiny? They must have processed them. They must have processed them even more.
Yeah, no, they had little called Ringo polishers. They polished their rings. But they were my favourite crisp.
Yeah, 10p Ringo onions. Becky Fithian. 10p.
Look at the offer. Mind-bending offer. What the hell was that?
You can still get them in the shops, of course, but they're just so... Do they still have that sort of...
That sort of prehistoric...
Yes.
What was the prehistoric O-ring? We still don't really get that.
What was that show that we loved? God. Yabba Dabba Doo.
Sorry.
What was Yabba Dabba Doo?
The Flintstones.
Yeah, so it's like a Flintstones...
Yabba Dabba Doo! No, that's Scooby-Doo. Now, you're not going to...
Hang on a minute. What was the thing for the other one?
Captain Caveman!
No, I don't think so.
That was Captain Caveman. We can't do TV shows
Reese,
now.
help us.
No, hang on, look at this.
10p, Zoe. Yes, there we go.
Does anyone remember these? Do you remember these?
Yes.
These were delicious.
No, I'm just getting a memory.
What?
When they did them with the cheese in, I can't bear cheesy balls. They had a cheesy one. Oof.
Like scampi fries.
Oh, I love scampi fries, but don't cheesy.
My friends used to say something really rude about scampi fries. They say, "Have you put?"
Don't. We're having a nice time today. Just for half an hour, because the rest of it's going to be.
These were delicious, and if you look at close up, what I loved about these as a kind of, I was into the detail. Look, they've even got the kind of grid pattern on the balls, like a football.
Oh, that's right.
Do you remember?
They did. Zoe, look at that.
4.5
pence.
I joined the Football Crazy Club. Do you remember Wigwams?
Oh, Yabba Dabba Doo was the Flintstones. Thank you, Jackie.
Do you remember Wigwams?
Wigwams!
Do you remember Wigwams?
The originating genetics of a Dorito.
Wow. Not the original of a hula hoop, no? No,
because they're corn.
Look, Zoe's shook by the price.
Hang on.
Wigwams.
Yeah, they're corn.
Were they conical?
I loved Wigwams.
Or were they...
No. Flat.
Now, the original. Now, you can
these.
Still get these, but these were the...
I love them.
Where
we can't have them in the house. Do you know what I love about them? Do you know what I think one of the ingredients in them is?
What is it, Nat?
I think there is dried milk in them.
You're absolutely right, and there is.
Mixed in the ingredients, like some breads you put dried milk in, like some of the Arab bread, and it gives like a...
if you look at a lot of crisp packages, they have milk powder of some form, dairy
but
powder.
they've got more milk powder because there is something
good.
Very smooth about a fish and chip.
Would you just suck them hard? No, sorry, let's talk about the fish and chips. Would you just suck them hard until it hurt the top of your mouth?
No.
Oh, I did. I like the pain of salt and vinegar ones. Now,
what we're finding out more and more is that you were quite a self-harmer when you were a child.
Yeah.
He said the first time he smashed his head on the radiator.
First time or what? Oh, yes. I pulled this because the packet design just took me straight back.
Flavour.
The four blue flags and the 3 red flags and the Smith's crisps.
That is so iconic.
That is iconic.
But you know what I'm getting? I'm getting accidental. This is prawn cocktail.
Oh, because of the pink.
Yeah. You couldn't have that nowadays.
Now,
you'd just think it was prawn cocktail.
KP prawn cocktail crisps back in the 70s, when I used to put my fingers in, your fingers would be stained pink for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
What was in that,
Unless, of course, you were somebody that washed your hands occasionally.
I didn't. I shoved them up my nose, and then I ate chalk. Look at this. Oh, come on.
God.
3 pence for a packet of
golden. The war?
No,
I remember.
This would have been around 1973 for this, if you've still got the shillings.
Now, you see, I love that graphic.
So do I.
I wish they would give us that graphic on Instagram.
I think Walkers own all of this now, don't they? Oh, that you mean the font? You like that? I like that font.
I love that.
Do you remember Golden Wonder, guys? Is this? I'm fascinated to know. For those of you who are young enough, are you looking at us thinking, "What the fuck are these two? Why are these two losing their shit about this stuff?" But it really is.
If you've got grandparents or parents, watch this with them, because you will watch them just go like ding 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 ding. It's just
you're right, Reese. The font stylistic choices. Another Leicester creation, says Dawny. Faith Goodman, 1971. This is from. Wow. I have a Golden Wonder pack. They did a special recently.
I was 7.
Oh, I love the old school everything.
I was
so
7, so that
authentic.
was exactly when I was 1.
That you would have had your hand thrust in a bag of that. Look at this. The salt and vinegar Ringo.
Oh my God.
Didn't last long, but this was 87 calendar offer.
I think they were, because their cheese and onion was so good, their salt and vinegar just couldn't compete.
No, you're right. It was too much. Horror Bags fangs. Oh my God.
They were so cheese and oniony. People are scared of onion now. Walker's cheese and onion puts
They'd sink their teeth into... Now...
Why does everybody like cheese and onion Walkers with the sandwich? Because it's got onion in it. Because most fucking sandwiches you buy have no flavour at all. So you have to put a bag of crisps. So they taste of something.
Now, my grandmother introduced me to chicken flavoured crisps, and this will have been the packet of crisps that she introduced me to, the KP chicken flavour. I even remember the monk, the friar, and I don't know what he was doing there because of the reflection of the light, but there's a paged booklet there. KP crisps, yummity yum yum in the old tum-tum. Those are your favourites, Nads. Look at that. Look at the C90 audio tape that you get free.
God, a whole tape in the bag.
No,
you said envelope.
SSAA. Well, there you go.
Oh,
that's all. Shall we read out some of your comments from last week?
Yeah, why are you suddenly shouting?
Because I thought I hadn't
gone... like you suddenly did that thing that people do with old people. Would you like some Oh my God, that kept happening to my mum on Saturday when we were out. People kept coming up and talking to her like she was a blithering idiot. And it was so funny because I knew that my mum would be going,
Should be thinking, fuck off, you wanker.
Oh my God, literally talking to her like she was a child. Don't do it, folks.
So our next nostalgic trip's going to be tech and telly. That's what we'll do next time. But we're also, Michelle's helping us curate a little collection of potential adverts that we can all look at too. But let's read out some of your comments from last week because, as we said under the last week's one, really enjoyed this. This was about a nostalgic trip last week.
This is Kathy
Hyde Photography. My retro memories. Did they really stop the film in the cinema at halftime for the ice cream lady?
They did.
Yeah. Syrup of figs. We had this if we hadn't been to the toilet for 24 hours. It was black gloop on a teaspoon.
Absolutely. I reckon your nan used to give that out to even strangers on the street.
She did, and my mum used to give me malt extracts. No, I'm going back up. Being sick
I
from
love
school.
that.
Pebble Millet 1.
Yes.
Oh, do you know what I remember thinking when Pebble Millet 1 came on? My granddad was usually asleep. He'd made me a bowl of oxtail soup, and I hated it because all I did was looking for the tail of the ox.
Too.
And then I'd see Pebble Mill, the music would come on, and I'm not joking. I had my first suicide ideation thoughts with that show on.
Why?
Because I wanted to kill myself immediately. I thought this is the most tedious shit.
I'm not going to caveat that. Anyone that takes offence to that, because it's a joke. I was about to caveat, but Crown Court. That was my off-sick. Loved it. Right. It was a nice little drama at like 12:30.
Oh my God, you just said Crown Court. And do you know what my mouth did? This is where food is so powerful.
You feared that I was going to give you a bowl of oxtail soup?
No. That must have been when we were going through a mushroom soup stage because I just suddenly got mushroom soup in my mouth.
You're still eating mushrooms.
And I'll never forget, I am not exaggerating, when my granddad came back and he said, "You're going to have this soup, son." And I went, "What is it?" And he said this, and I'm not joking, I ran into the garden screaming. He said, mulligatawny.
Oh, no.
And I was like, what the fuck is that?
Mulligatawny could incite terror into children.
Because also my nan and granddad, when they got tongue, they got beef tongue. So I remember looking in the fridge thinking,
it's
there's a fucking tongue in there. No, I didn't know where this was coming from. Where's the tongue? And then he said mulligatawny, and I was like, please get away from me.
Years and years and years ago, I had a Moroccan boyfriend, and we travelled out to Morocco. And we arrived very late to meet his parents. It was like 1:00 in the morning. And she said, I must cook. And she went off into the kitchen. Lovely. Brought out a feast. Guess what was centre of it?
A sheep's head.
A tongue. And I had to eat it with dried cumin sprinkled on the top.
Nads. Did you do it?
Of course I did.
I hate eating tongue. Did you ever kiss him with tongues after
Mark,
that?
don't now stop. Okay. We're having a nice time.
Carla Hatch. Oh, why's that not coming? Oh, are we back? That was weird.
Really weird.
Yeah. Can you hear us again? Sorry, hang on just one sec. Let me just make sure you're here before we don't want you to miss. Are we back? Hello.
Carla Hatcham, author song. What a name. I remember searching Loose Women on YouTube. As living in the States, I sometimes need a hit of UK bands.
Aww.
I stumbled across Nadia and Kay's videos. Oh, lovely. And much to my delight, came across this fabulous channel. I've always loved Nadia. Sorry. And now we have the duo, Mark and Nads, forever making me laugh and saving my sanity with this mad world we live in. She remembers Nadia crushing on John Campbell and you crushing on Joe Wicks.
Oh, and Mark's man crush on Joe Wicks.
Such a lovely community. I'm glad to be part of it. It is a lovely community. We're so lucky. We're so blessed.
Why did my mum end up calling him Jimmy Timpson?
Because she just couldn't remember his name.
Oh, right. Okay. No better reason than that. Who have we got here? Margaret Doyle. I live in Canada, 2670, and I'm originally from Dublin. Me and my hubby found you and Mark on YouTube and just love you both. Looking forward to you guys every morning, but kept us sane and interested. Have tuned in ever since. My day is not complete. Oh, bless you. These are very self-congratulatory. Did you?
No, that's what I did. I did caveat.
Very sweet, Margaret
I said,
Doyle.
Because so many people left nice messages, I thought we can't just not, because we said we were going to read some out.
Well, yeah.
I think we weren't clear on what we wanted.
I think we're going to read out from the rest of the week too. So, but it felt a bit too serious news stuff. So we'll do. Thanks. Oops.
Elspeth Caithness.
Yeah, I can't breathe.
Thanks, made a usually boring lunch break enjoyable. being
pleased.
transported back to past when life was simple and carefree. The thing is, it is lovely to step back, but of course we all had our problems then, didn't we? We did. We just didn't have as many to choose from.
I don't think they were as complicated though.
But I remember as a teenager being angst and being worried, but it just wasn't the same thing.
But it genuinely wasn't as complicated.
No, God no.
I'm pleased. You know what, Elspeth Caithness, we kind of functioned almost as your Pebble Mill at one in a strange way. I hope I didn't make you go mad. Love looking back at all the old packaging. The graphics, says Jane DG3RR, so much better back in the day.
Yeah.
Is that true? I think it is, because I think the reason, I often ask myself this, we did a series of documentaries with Nigel where we would home in on cakes, Nigel Slater, biscuits, cakes and sweets. And one of the major parts of all of it was the packaging and the advertising, which is the trigger for our nostalgia, which is a shame because it's the commercial side of it, really. But then, of course, you get the product and all that kind of stuff. Is it that they were made better then? I personally think what the problem is now is that back then you felt, even if it was mass produced, you felt the hand of a human creator behind it. So like even in the Golden Wonder font, you felt that someone somewhere had drawn this up and designed it. Whereas now it's so automated. Do you know what I mean? So I think I do think it's not just old people going, oh, better back in the day. I think they were. Hannah Morris, WD3MU, love the nostalgic show. Kids' parties with party games such as Pass the Parcel with newspaper
just
wrapping.
With newspaper, and it'd be one piece of paper on
and not everyone won.
Yeah.
It
was dog eat dog.
It really was. Talking of newspaper, fish and chips on a Friday wrapped in newspaper tasted so much better.
Yeah.
Can I just also, on that note, just reminded me, nothing prepared me for the excitement, and I'm not exaggerating, when I would go to a friend's party and there was a lucky dip with sawdust.
I love that.
Oh my God.
Getting your night. Did it used to give you asthma?
It did a bit, yeah. But
nothing that I loved so much, because we so rarely had takeaways or anything. When we would get fish and chips, I was so happy. And it was like holding it in the back of the car, hot on your lap, with it like wrapped in the newspaper. And the smell would be driving you to distraction, wouldn't it? I can still get that when I smell fish and chips. Oh God, fish and chips.
Yeah, Sonia Donovan, very sweet. Thank you, darling.
Have you seen the price of fish and chips in London? Fucking scary.
Because they have to get the fish up the
it's
M4.
It's so expensive.
Sandra Bright, this was great. I've been going through a really sad time over the last 2 months and haven't watched much on the channel. It's been a pleasant distraction from my sadness. Thank you both so much.
Thank you, Sandra.
Sending you love, Sandra. Sonia Donovan, 3778. I think you're here, sweetie. Coffee moaning this morning put me back to my childhood. It was lovely. My memory of my childhood as my granddad got a caravan, drove the family through France to Spain. Then my grandparents bought an apartment in Mallorca. So many lovely memories.
Lucky you.
Baking with my nan and great nan on a Saturday night in the evening, watching the A-Team.
Oh,
Mr. T.
Baking with your nan.
Oh. Caroline Woods 830, love today's episode. Seeing the dress patterns that you could get from the haberdashery shop reminded me of the needlework class we had when started secondary school. We had to take a pattern and material to make something to wear. My mum's chose me a long night dress with flowery material to make. I was so slow at needlework.
And never wore them. I think that was the next
Oh, yes. I never did wear it. It looked awful.
Well, that was it, wasn't it? I bloody hated them.
Oh, that's so funny. Rebecca Cartier, I remember that home time of Nadia washing the shopping.
I know, when I was insane around COVID.
Gin Flora, this is very sweet. Couldn't see my parents. Loved your lives during lockdown because I pretended you were my internet parents to not feel so lost. Thanks for the laughs, the cries, the stupidity, and all the education. Oh, sweetie.
Oh, and you all educating us back.
Absolutely.
Karen Bennett, I've been watching since COVID times. You two were brilliant. I remember Mark doing his drunken singing and we had to try and guess the song. We'll have to do that.
Oh, my God. Hang on a minute.
Maybe, hang on a minute. To end this show today, we're going to do... So for people that are new, Mark will do a drunken song and you have to see whether you can guess what he's singing. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah.
We are enormously grateful for this community, as we know you are, as we see all the time in your messages. So thank you so much. This just before we started this show, I was about to just have a complete breakdown over what's happening in Gaza today, and this has taken me away from it all. So more and more we're thinking maybe we'll split the two things a bit so we can have a bit of a break. But we will be posting about Gaza later because it's reached a new terrifying level. But for now,
well, I can just add a thought on the end of that. Also, I think a lot of mainstream news, and I think we've all had the kind of wool pulled from before our eyes, read the mainstream media. An awful lot of news can be passed through, I think, a humorous lens.
Yeah.
And then there is some news that just can't be. I mean, even though, there have been many times, I think you look at those who've seen my lives where I've already gone on one with Israel and what have you, you can satirize and caricature for the effect of drawing attention to gross unfairnesses and hypocrisies. But it is hard sometimes to turn that corner. And we're aware that, for some people, it really was a time. You came to us when we were doing what I'm about to do, which I think is sing a drunk song.
I think we need to have more fun.
Yeah.
So, go, Mark. I'm guessing with you. I haven't got a clue. I'll read them out. Yeah. So you've sobered up a little bit. You've had a coffee. Come on, guys. Who's he singing? Oh, no, not like that in my ear. Don't forget, I've got exceptional hearing. No, it's too much. We can't work it out.
Don't you give you that one for nothing?
Can't you just Coldplay, says MeTube.
No.
Just sober up a bit. Memories, says Elaine. Memories. No, not so drunk. Take it in and let it fly. Sexual hearing, says. No, exceptional hearing, Sarah Fox. You don't seem to be getting it. It's too much.
I'm drunk.
Can you not be
I'm drunk.
Can you not be paralytic?
Okay. Jackie Villino's got it.
Blackbird
singing
in the dead of night.
Here you go. You're too drunk, says Sarah Fox. Donna Little, well done, well done. I was
20 years sober this year.
Allow me the indulgence to get really drunk once.
All right, we'll let him get really blind drunk.
Thank you.
Love you all.
Lots of love, guys, and
Don't forget to join our broadcast channels.
Yes.
Go to Instagram and just on our feed, there's a little bit there. Mine says Nadia Naughty Bits. What did yours say?
Mark's mischievous moments or something.
So click on there. It's free, and then you get extra content.
Lots of love.